This is not the story of a company.
This is the story of us and our environment, how we interact with nature, build community, and leave a better planet for future generations.
Trees from urban settings have sequestered literal millions of tons of carbon over the course of their lives. When they're chipped up, used as firewood, or sent to landfills, that carbon is released back into the environment as it decomposes.
So the thought was, instead of just making our products with urban lumber, why not help our neighbors and fellow craftspeople use the urban wood they have available to them? Let's build a community.
So we started talking to people, trying to find out what was missing and getting more folks into the urban logging movement. There's plenty of tree services and mobile sawmills, so what is stopping folks? Well, they have a tree taken down and milled up, then stack it in a shed or under a tarp for a couple of years to dry.
There really weren't any kilns open to the public for folks to take their slabs for drying. It can just be so overwhelming to dry your own lumber if you've never done it before. It's easier just to go down to the lumber yard and pick your boards. People needed a place to take their lumber to have it dried professionally in a timely fashion so they can spend less time waiting and more time making.
Urban Log Studios is about eliminating the barriers to everyday folks getting into the urban lumber movement and doing good for both our community and our environment. Our wood drying vacuum kiln is open to everyone. Not only is it faster than air drying and conventional kiln drying, but the results are better. Less waste from drying defects and more usable lumber.
Woodworking and urban logging are team sports. It doesn't matter if this is your first time or your 100th time utilizing urban timbers. You belong here.
And you are wanted here.
We partner with other businesses in the community like tree services and sawyers to make sure people know how to best make use of the trees that need to come down in their community. You may not be into woodworking per se, but we still need you in the movement.
You can help us make sure the trees in your community don't end up in landfills. I mean, how cool is it that you can take that maple in your backyard, the one your kids played under, but is now becoming a storm hazard or is dying and needs to be removed, and turn it into a table or a bowl? You get to touch those memories you made under that tree every day.
All of the products we make in our wood turning studio come from urban trees harvested right here in our community. Most every piece that comes out of the shop, I can tell you where it came from and why it was taken down. They all have stories. We get to keep telling them by making things that can last generations. I can't even begin to describe how satisfying that is. We want to help people find that same satisfaction.
And if we can make our communities a little better than we found them in the process, all the better.